Welcome back, Tacticians. Today we're taking a look at Race to the Bottom by CGY95. It's said to be comparable in size to the Automatron DLC from Fallout 4. When you first install the mod, you'll get a notification pop up about the installation and a new location in Freeside with plenty of opportunity. So here we are at Freeside Co-op. Roy. Nice eye patch.
Welcome to the hub of grub, the Freeside Co-op. Go inside and speak to Ella if you're looking for Vegas-made produce for a reasonable price. Wow, I think I managed to say the catchphrase right this time. Gotta say that's a shock. Doesn't matter, I'm getting paid either way. Anyway, you're welcome to keep your weapons, but any sign of trouble and you'll be getting a bullet straight in your eyes. We've already had one robbery, so any funny business won't be tolerated.
You guys just opened up. You've already been robbed?
Yeah, I'm afraid so. I was on break and that's when they struck. I'd ask Ella.
We gotta get rid of that.
She might have a job to go catch the bastards.
What can you tell me about the place?
I'm not paid to know the details. You should ask Ella about it. Something about food and farmers or something.
Do you like working here?
Do I like working here? What the fuck do you think? How would you like to spend most of your day with sore feet dealing with the locals? Dumber than a bag of rocks, I swear. No matter how many times I say, talk to Ella. They come back and ask me anyway. Don't even get me started on those two fuckers across the road shouting the same tired slogans day in and day out until you have a migraine. So no, I fucking hate my job. Any more stupid questions?
Alright then, I'm out of here.
Been waiting for a smoke break all day.
Oh, you want the smoke? Nah. Come on, George. Be nice to the lady.
Welcome to the Freeside Co-op. Haven't seen your face around here before. You a newcomer in town?
Yeah, I'm new in town. Never been here before.
Ah, I'm not far behind you. Only came here a few weeks back. It's been hard to settle in, especially when your nickname is NCR, bitch. Don't worry about that, though. Just dumb idiots being dumb idiots, I guess.
Yeah,
They'll
stupid
accept this
heads.
place in time. Well, I'd like to think so, anyway. Now, is there anything I can get you?
Uh, let me see what you have for
If
sale.
it's an omelet you're wanting, it'll only be 5 minutes.
Oh, not bad. A big spoon. Bighorn steak. Coyote steak. Crow egg omelet. Hmm. What is this place?
It's a store my father and I set up. We provide an outlet for the goods of local Vegas farmers. It's a win-win situation. We get paid and the farmers get access to a much larger customer base both in Vegas and back home in the NCR. The farmers wouldn't be able to get their produce anywhere near as far without us. Try explaining that to them, though. They'll just end up grumbling about how we're eating into their profits, the profits we help them get. So, if you know anyone reasonable who's looking to sell produce, tell them all about the co-op. If you're wondering what exactly you can buy, it's fresh produce straight from the farm. We also sell all manner of pre-war food. Now, with all that said, is there anything I can get you?
Some work.
Sure do. Got plenty of problems around here that I can't take care of on account of having to work behind the counter. I'm needing someone who knows their way around a gun. I'd normally just use Roy, but I need him around to make sure I'm not held at gunpoint again. Can tell you more if you're interested. So, what do you say?
Hell yeah, I'm interested. Tell me more.
Yeah. A couple of days ago was business as usual when all of a sudden a gang comes in and kicks the front door in, nearly taking it off its hinges. They were screaming at the top of their lungs, demanding I give them all the caps in the register. It shook me up a little, as it would anyone, but my pa taught me how to use a shotgun back on the ranch, so I bided my time. I hear the ringleader tell me to get out of town or I'd be leaving it in a body bag. My pa taught me not to let anyone threaten me that way. So, on their way out, I took a shot at one of them. Didn't hit the bastard clean enough. They managed to get away.
Oh shit.
I thought maybe the Kings would have come running to help with the gunshots so close by, but maybe they just don't care. Bastards. Those thieves managed to get away with my entire day's profits. I can't do without that money, I'm afraid. The job is to track them down and get my money back. There's a good share of the profits in it for you. Now, do you have any questions?
How did he survive that shotgun blast?
Guess he got lucky, or my aim is just shit. Strange world we live in. I heard on the radio that some courier survived getting shot in the head in Good Springs.
Huh.
Maybe it's the same person.
I don't think so. How did the culprit get past Roy?
He was out to lunch down at the Wrangler at the time. He's sweet on one of the escorts down there.
Bastard.
Guy hasn't got the courage to just go and ask her out.
Ask out at escort. Gross. What did the culprits look
There
like?
was a group of them. Ringleader seemed to be an older fella. The others seemed to look up to him. There were 2 women and 2 other guys with them. Seemed like a cobbled together bunch. Maybe they were all a gang.
Have you thought about hiring more? Yeah. Have you thought about hiring more security? Sounds dangerous.
I don't have the spare caps, I'm afraid. Only got enough to hire an extra mercenary, and guess who that is?
Who?
I guess I could go ask my pa for help, but I know what he's like. He worries too much. I can handle this myself. So, yeah. You'll have to deal with this little problem for me.
Alrighty. Where should I start?
I've got a decent idea of where you should start, but there's one more thing you should know first. You're not the first merc I've sent on this job. Hired another armed merc. Decent price, too. Went by the name of Frank Adams. Local around here. I never pegged him to be a tough guy, but I guess you've got to be to survive out there on a diet of radroach meat. Always seemed like a fairly quiet kid, but I guess people can surprise you. For example, who knew I'd be in business in my late 20s? When Frank heard about the robbery, he offered to investigate as long as I could pay him well. Naive young kid undercut himself, I think. Either way, I'm not one for complaining when I get a good deal. I'm starting to think it might have been him that robbed me, and he's came back for a double dip. Kid was always dirt poor. Either way, I think he's our best lead. You might want to start by talking to his drunken ass of a friend, Billy.
Billy.
He can be found at the Atomic Wrangler, most likely crawling on the floor drunk.
Same place as Roy, huh?
I swear the car dealer's cheating that dump. Anyway, you need anything else before you go?
We gotta go.
Come back soon.
Let's go, George.
Make a brief stop at the Atomic Wrangler, where the booze is cheap.
That's a loud fire.
Evening.
Holy shit. You actually have business here? Holy shit, my mods are working.
What are you looking at? Can a man get a drink in this town without some clown trying to start some small talk? What is it you want?
I'm looking for a guy called Frank Adams. Heard you know him.
Yeah, of course I know Frank. We go way back. I've been watching out for that kid for years. Nowadays, he won't listen to a word I say. You know what it's like with the young. Think they know best. Well, I can tell you that he isn't here anymore. In Freeside, I mean.
Uh, when's the last time you've seen him?
What kind of business is it of yours? I thought people knew to keep their nose out of other people's affairs here. Keep that up in Freeside, and you're more likely to get a knife in your belly than an answer.
I survived a
I
gunshot to the
just hope
head.
the same hasn't happened to Frank. He's not exactly built to live in this environment, and I've not seen him in days. Last I saw him was in here on Friday night. We like to toast to all the good times and the scrap we collected over the years. I really regret what I ended up saying, though. Let's just say we had a bit of an argument.
What did you argue about?
No need to be sorry. It's my mess to clean up. I should never have been so dismissive of the kid. We had our little celebration here in the Wrangler on Friday, and dear God, we got blasted.
Yeah,
That's when the kid starts
I could
going
tell.
on about how Freeside isn't for him anymore. We had a pretty sweet gig going. The amount of valuable stuff you can find in the garbage is insane. One man's forgotten waste is another's treasure, or whatever the saying is. Well, I appreciate the sympathy, but I know where I went wrong with the kid. Shouldn't have blew up at him like that when he said he wasn't happy here. He said the real money was in mercenary work. He didn't take it too well when I said that kind of work is not for him. Most of those types go through some military training before they enter that line of work. Frank could barely catch one of those rats on the street. He stormed out yelling about how he'll show me, and I haven't seen him again since. Honestly, wish I could take everything back.
So, which way did he go?
Oh, sorry. Just before he... Wait a minute. How do I know this ain't some sort of trick? Maybe Frank did become a merc after all. I know how cutthroat that business is. As far as I know, you could be wanting to kill him. What makes you think I'll tell you?
Might still be alive. If you tell me now, I might be able to find him and get him back here.
There is always a chance the kid was right all along and it was just me trying to bring him down. Maybe signing up to become a mercenary was the right call after all. Or maybe he's face down in a ditch somewhere. Either way, I need to make things right with that kid. If he's gotten himself into trouble, I'd never forgive myself for not trying to help. Can I trust you, though?
You don't want their death on your conscience, do you? Tell me, and maybe you can save his life.
Oh, what the hell? He might be dead already. Maybe with me telling you, there's a chance you can save him. Before he left, Frank said every mercenary needs a secret hideout to stash their gear. I was skeptical about what he was saying. No idea where the kid learns these things. Either way, he said the El Rey Motel was a good place for
Alright.
that kind of thing. I hope he's alright. One more thing. If you find him, tell him I'm sorry.
Oh. What else can you tell me about Frank? Alright, motel. Search the area for
He's
clues.
a good kid. He's like a little brother to me. His parents died young and I took him in. Kid has it in his head that he has to leave Freeside. Strike it big. Guess he doesn't want to be a deadbeat like me. Yeah. I don't really care anyway.
Alrighty. Come on, George.
Yep.
Alright. What we got going on over here? Bodyguard. Conroy.
Sorry, stranger. I'm not feeling too great at the moment.
Live?
Howdy, stranger. Haven't seen you round these parts before. Maybe you could spare a few caps?
I can spare some caps.
God bless you, sir.
100 caps.
God is smiling on me today. You're a hero. This here'll keep me going for a while.
Talk to Clyde.
Hate to ask again, but do you have any...
Looking for a man named Frank Adams.
You see a whole bunch of shady individuals in this area. I don't know anybody by that name, but some people just stand out anywhere they go. Well, armored guy goes up and talks to Fitz on the balcony up there. No idea what they were chatting about, but it looked like they had a deal. Fitz must have rented out one of the rooms up there to him. Seemed a pretty quiet guy. Barely left the motel. If you ask me, he looked a bit out of his depth. Kinda had a nervous energy about him, with what little I did see. Ain't seen the guy for days. Then out of nowhere we hear this loud bang. A gunshot coming from his room. Sounded like a powerful round. I didn't make anything of it. A lot of people go into those rooms when life isn't for them anymore, if you catch my drift. Then a whole gang of shady motherfuckers I ain't seen before come rolling out that room. I wasn't gonna start asking questions. They dragged the man out the room. He looked dead to me, but he could have been unconscious. Couldn't tell you. Not too much, I'm afraid. Kept my head down on account of not wanting to get shot. I did see the ringleader talk to Fitz up there, but don't tell him I said that. Looks like they made a deal. That's about all I saw, stranger. I hope that helps you find him. Maybe this information's worth a few caps?
I already gave you 100.
May the Lord bless your journey.
If you want small talk.
You as well, my friend. Another bodyguard? Got this place under lockdown. Alright, Fitz. You got an eye patch too?
If I were you, I'd watch myself around these parts. I'm the king around here. Is that clear?
I know something about what happened on Markov. Frank.
Someone doesn't know when to keep their mouth shut, it seems. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. Problem is, I don't see what that has to do with you.
Guard on your right still has their safety on. How about you tell me what I want to know?
Okay. We don't need any conflict here, do we? Just don't tell anyone about this. Breaking deals is bad for business.
Of course. Not a word. Get to the point.
glad we could reach an arrangement. The gang seemed to come across from the bridge. Sounds crazy as that's fiend territory. I trust my guard, though. She knows what she saw. One thing I could tell you is that they weren't fiends. When I looked through the binoculars to see them coming this way, they seemed to know the perfect route past all the fiend patrols. They eventually get here, and their leader offers me a substantial amount of caps for access to the room your guy is staying in. Now, I'm a pretty loyal businessman. Each of my customers is like family, you see. I offer them a service no one else can provide them. As such, I would never sell out a paying customer, but I'm also clever enough to know that a shootout is bad for business. I tell my bodyguards to only shoot when it's needed. Well, after the gang leave, I talk to Conroy down there. You know, the old junkie by the car. Can you give him a little discount if you know what I'm saying? Scratch my back and I'll scratch his. Have him tail the gang and watch where they're going. Seem to go back across the bridge. They managed to leave just at the right time. The NCR guard was just changing shifts, so Conroy follows him. Says they were hiding out in some steel mill next to the old rock crushing plant. Now, knowing Conroy, he'd say anything for a fix, so you do what you think is best with that info. I say let sleeping dogs lie, but it's your life. Now, with that out of the way, can I go for a smoke already?
Yeah, I should get going.
Watch yourself on the way down.
Which one of these rooms was he staying in? Take a quick look. Is this a murder mystery? What is this? Is this from the same mod? Or was it? Oh my god. It's the Void.